December 31st, getting ready to start the Personal Freedom Revolution Challenge. I'm excited to be your tour guide. We are going to create incredible changes. Every year you've started with making resolutions and most often you didn't complete them. This year it's going to be different. It's going to be very, very different because you're not going to make any resolutions. Let me first address, I've been asked a lot about members of Tools to Life doing the Tools program, should they do this too? It's a lot to take on. They're two very different programs. The one in Tools is a lot more in depth, dealing with the emotional and the past and so many aspects of personality that you go through in the 90-day process, really arriving at a very powerful place where this is a program to get you launched into the year with really taking control and realizing that resolutions is not the way to go. So doing them at the same time might be difficult. You can always do this after because this program is good all year long, even though it's called a New Year's program or New Year Revolution program. And we'll get to why it's a revolution in a moment. First, let me tell you what you're going to get every day. You're going to get a video like this every day. You're going to get a podcast, and today is a special one with Jason Ellis. It's an hour long. Normally they won't be that long. And then you'll also get tips. And the tips are very important because they help you take everything you've learned and put it into action. That's a very big part of Tools, is not just intellectualizing what you learn, but getting into action, because it's the action that creates the change. Not the agreeing or not the thinking about, but the doing about. And we're going to get you doing. One of the things about New Year's that's so exciting is that it clears the slate. And I like that. It gives us that motivation to get going and say, everything's in front of us. So one of the first things I want us to do today, I want you to take your time with this today, is really letting 09 go. 09 has beat up a lot of people, and a lot of people feel they themselves have made a lot of mistakes in 09. So I want you to let 09 go. Just let it go. Say to yourself also, whatever you've done wrong, that you forgive yourself. Here's an affirmation. I call these state out loud, and I want you to do this 3 times. What I want you to say is, I forgive myself and accept myself as I am. Ready? I forgive myself and I accept myself as I am. I forgive myself and I accept myself as I am. I forgive myself and I accept myself as I am. That's really, really important. I want you to go into the new year not holding on to anything that's happened this year. This is a new decade. Why am I calling it a revolution? Because we're not looking at changing anything outside of ourselves. We're not revolting against the government or our jobs or anything. We're revolting against our own past behavior of not getting into action. I'm going to show you how you can be the change that you want to see in the world, how you can create change within yourself, and by doing so, the things that you want changed are going to start changing. It's not going to be an overnight process. You have to trust this process. If you trust me, I'm going to make sure that you understand how to take back control in your life. I want you to think about resolutions. Resolutions you've made over and over again, but the reason why you haven't ever really made them happen is because you haven't been resolved. You've done it because you thought you either had to or somebody else wanted you to, or you thought it's what you should do, but it wasn't what you said, this is what I want. Whenever you have really wanted something, you've made it happen. That's why quitting cigarette smoking at this time of year for New Year's never works, because you haven't determined it. You haven't internalized it. You haven't said, this is it. When you say something is it, it's going to be it. And we're going to get there. So right now, with forgiving the past, I don't want you to enter in tonight with thinking of any resolutions except one. The only resolution you have to be determined with is to say that I am resolved, I am internalized, I'm taking it in to be my personal best. You see, if you want to be your personal best, you're going to make better choices. You're going to make better food choices, better drug and alcohol choices, better choices with partners, with attitudes, with how you spend money. Being your personal best, everything else will fall into place. And as we are being our personal best and making choices, I'm going to lead you through using what we have at Tools, a commitment tool. And that commitment tool, you'll start to make commitments to the things that you want to change, but not today. Not today. I don't want you to go into the new year with any pressure. I want you to relax. I want you to smile. In fact, one of the things I want you to do tomorrow when you first wake up is just smile. I want you to start your day with a smile, and I want you to trust that you are going to learn how to be your personal best. You are going to learn how to make better choices. You are going to learn what you are really going to commit to, and you're going to make those commitments. And when you make those commitments, you're going to follow through, and you're going to build an accountability network, and you're going to start creating changes throughout your life, not just at New Year's, all year. You're going to develop a lifestyle of empowerment. You are going to take back your life. Why? Because who's in charge of your life? You're in charge of your life, and you're going to gain back that power. We're going to do that over the next 31 days, day by day. One of the things I'm going to do in the process is one of the videos and podcasts per week are going to be truly just answering your questions. So ask questions all through. I will take those questions and I will answer them. So you'll really get feedback and not feel like, okay, I don't understand how to do this or that. I want you to understand. If you are resolved to really sticking with this, then I am resolved and I am committed to being with you this whole process, to making sure that you create the success you want. So get excited. Tomorrow you're going to start with a smile. And then tomorrow, I want you to not take on huge sweeping changes. I don't want you to go to the gym for an hour if you haven't been to the gym for weeks or months. I don't want you to over-exercise. I don't want you to over-stress yourself. We're going to take small little adjustments. Go for a 15-minute walk. Do something, get your exercise, but don't over-exercise. I don't want you to drink up a storm tonight and smoke all those cigarettes because tomorrow you're not going to do it, so you overkill yourself and you start tomorrow very weak. Jason and I talk about that in the podcast. Listen, you're about to take back control of your life. This is the personal freedom revolution. You're going to get free of the things that held you back. You know, that's how this country, the United States, was born. People said, we don't want to be constrained. We don't want to have rules put upon us that don't get us to live the life that we want to live, and they revolted. Well, what is the point of having all this freedom if we cannot exercise our own judgment and our own power to really live the best lives that we can? It's all about being happy and enjoying our lives and creating successful, healthy lives with good relationships, financially secure, in a body that we enjoy, without anxiety and stress and depression. And we're going to get there. You're going to develop this freedom through this challenge. So make sure every day you go to the next page and mark off complete, and there are instructions on that page, on the challenge page. And we're going to really, really take you through this process. It's going to be an exciting time. And I'm honored to be your guide for the Personal Freedom Revolution. And I'll be seeing you back here tomorrow.